Zakuboch, and good morning to everyone. Bez Hashem Mincha is going to be 4:35. Please be on time. Today's learning is sponsored Leilui Nishmat Zin Nazir Bat Leah is Itzhak ben Yushu, sponsored by Lev and Nelia Matatov, and also Leilui Nishmat Tomo Bat Devorah, sponsored by the Chodjiev brothers. Chazakuboch to them. We discussed yesterday. We asked a question. We said that by Brit Mila, we do the Brit Mila on Shabbat, and we are not concerned that the Mohel might come to carry the knife. Why? Usually the Chachamim do seem to be pretty concerned even by things that are Torah mitzvot, like by Lulav, by Shofar, by Megillah. We find that the Chachamim did not allow. All of those mitzvot, and Shofar and Lulav are Deoraita. They didn't allow those mitzvot to be done on Shabbat, even though it means to lose out on the mitzvah entirely from the Torah, because according to the rules of the Torah, only the first day of Rosh Hashanah you blow the shofar. Only the first day of Sukkot you take the lulav. The rest was takanat hachamim. The second day of Rosh Hashanah, the other 6 days of Sukkot was all the institution of Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai to remind us of the Beit HaMikdash. So if that's the case, how come by Berit Mila we do it on Shabbat and we're not concerned? So there's two answers that Tosfot gives. Answer number one, Brit Mila is not just any deoraita like the other standard deoraita. There's 13 beritot that were covenants. 13 covenants were established on Brit Mila. We know that the violation of Brit Mila is attached to a violation of karet. It's a very serious level of deoraita, and by a serious level deoraita that's higher, it's on a pedestal above the other deoraitot, the Chachamim did not feel comfortable pushing it off because of concern that you might come to violate Shabbat by carrying the knife. That's reason number one. Reason number two, the argument isn't that stam, maybe somebody's going to just randomly go and carry. The argument is a person's going to take the Megillah, he's going to take the shofar, he's going to take the lulav to the expert to teach him how to use it. That's the problem. That's the concern that we have. Not that he's going to come to carry it. If worst comes to worst, he'll blow it at home, he'll do it at home. The carrying is to learn about the mitzvah. And when it comes to the mitzvah of Brit Milah, the mohel is going to carry it to learn. He's an expert. Most of the people that are mo'alim have been doing it for many years and already are experts. So there isn't much of a concern because the people doing the milah are already experts. As opposed to shofar, any random person can do the shofar. Sometimes you have minyanim, they have people that are just taught themselves, they do the shofar. Certainly the lulav is accessible to all, and therefore the gezerah simply doesn't apply by Brit Milah. Although I did get a question, somebody asked, well, forget about the carrying, but there's a vadai violation because you're doing the Brit Milah on Shabbat. So that in itself, the Brit Milah is a violation of Shabbat. So why didn't Chachamim push it off for that? Well, that's the question doesn't really even start because there the Torah says to violate Shabbat in order to do Brit Milah. So that's not something that the Chachamim are not going to be frummer than the Torah and say, oh, well, it's a violation of Shabbat. Torah said it's supposed to violate Shabbat, Brit Milah. The only thing is, the carrying of the knife, the Torah never allowed for the carrying of the knife of Shabbat in order to do Brit Milah. So there we need to come on to these arguments. Baruch Adonai.